Jimmy Green on the scene. How are you? We're here in Westbury at Main Street, 689 Main Street, one of the projects that's going LEED. And we're going to take a look inside. This is actually a LEED certified interior project. So we're going to take a look at the implementations that are used, of why this building is going to be more energy efficient than other buildings here in this industrial park. One of the things the owner implemented here was taking out old single pane frames and things that didn't have any R value to it and U value, and so upgrading using low E type glass, insulated glass, thermal break frames. All of this is going to be filled in. There's new insulation that's going on the exterior of the building. So when we come back later on and you see the process that they went through, it's pretty simple, pretty clean, cut and dry. So it's turning something that is old into something new. And LEED and green building, it's really not about the change, it's about the unchange. Okay, we're inside 689 Main Street, and I'd like to introduce everyone to Matt Fryman. Matt is one of the lighting specialists here at the Kodakan Group, and one of Matt's main responsibilities is really providing information to the owner so that the owner could make intelligent decision. How you doing, Matty boy?
Good, how you doing?
Good, good. So, the first thing that really comes to my mind and question is, what is a common response or a common concern that you see, from typical people clients and typical people as they start to evaluate, their buildings and look at lighting?
One of the first things that come to mind is always ROI, is getting the customer the most return on their investment and getting them their energy savings and their money back as quick as possible from, various utility companies, federal, state, local governments, where all the incentives come from. Another thing we look at is wattage per square foot. We don't want to overlight. In a facility like this, they're bringing in a lot of natural light, where in other facilities we might want to go with LEDs or daylight harvesting might be something good. That's what we really look for.
But it really the key words that you said in there is the ROI, or the return on investment.
Right.
Through the LEED process, the greatest thing about LEED is that it gives you many opportunities. So what we're trying to do is we're evaluating, as Matt said, wattage per square foot. Not only it entitles us to local incentive rebates, it also entitles you to federal incentive rebates. So for tax-paying entities, it's just another great opportunity that's out there.
Right.
The daylight, a lot of daylight or daylight harvesting, as Matt used that term. We've put a lot of windows. I know that we got a caption outside, and we saw that was there. It was prior, it was non-insulated windows. But in here, the key thing is it brings a lot of natural light on. There's no lights. We're in the middle of construction, and there's a pretty sufficient amount of light. Matty, just one last thing I want to talk about. Daylight harvesting. You had mentioned about daylight harvesting.
Daylight harvesting is good for buildings that have, natural light coming in, where they could actually harvest the daylight coming in and then use it, at nighttime, or days that it's not as bright, and brighten up the building and not use as much energy, not use as much wattage, and therefore saving, wattage.
And what type of fixtures do those work best in?
Those work best in 2x4s, 2x2s, any
TA type
fixtures.
We're with Chuck Dowling from Advanced Contracting, and Chuck is the mechanical contractor on the job. He's doing the plumbing and the HVAC work. How you doing today, Chuck?
All right, how's everything?
Everything's pretty good. Hey, Chuck, we're inside one of the bathroom areas, and as we go through the LEED process, the water efficiency and water conservation measures are usually always overlooked, because everyone looks at the lighting and the electric, right?
Absolutely.
And you guys are like the unsung heroes, because you're really saving the water, so you're doing a good job. Keep up the good work. I got a question for you. You know a little bit more of us that we've learned yet about it, but what's some of the concepts that you're going to implement here to really help them save?
As far as in this complex, in the bathrooms, the lavatory sinks are going to have motion type faucets, which when you put your hands underneath, the water comes on. The minute you take your hands away, the water shuts off. So it's only going to be used when somebody's in front of it and washing their hands. As far as the urinals are waterless. It's like the same concept they're using at Yankee Stadium, Shea Stadium. Very energy efficient as far as saving water. The most efficient fixtures on the market, and they should be very happy with it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hey, look, thank you for explaining to everybody that going through a lead process is not necessarily a big change. It's something that you guys are accustomed to doing, and I'm glad you're part of the team. And we're all going to get recognition here working together, and that's really the most important.
As far as the HVAC units, the rooftop units, they're high efficiency. They also have economizers on them also. We have the units going to be wired to an IT room so they can be controlled outside the building, out of state, off a modem. As far as the IT room itself, that's controlled on its own system also, that can be controlled by an outside source off a modem too.
And as we get further in the project and we're able to see some of these things and touch them and feel them, we'll catch up again and we'll have that going. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure working alongside you.
Great, thank you very much.
Jimmy Green on the scene, checking out here at Westbury. Go and lead, makes dollars and cents. So follow us through the process, and it's pretty simple.